Hey, ladies and gents, welcome back to Midgame Life Crisis monthly podcast. This is Inconsistency, your host. That was a bit over the top, I apologize in advance, but also I enjoyed it, so maybe not.
How is that an apology in advance? It was after the fact.
Do not confuse me with your sound logic. How are you doing, Werewolf?
Hey.
What's up, man?
What's up? What's that?
Episode 5 of our monthly podcast. We want to talk about, well, dude, ever since we made the last recording, there was this little show known as the Xbox live show, where it basically showed all the new games coming out from Microsoft and Xbox, and also some other shows happened since then, game shows.
34, I think, different venues showing something of games.
Yeah, but the Xbox one is considered to be one of the bigger ones, and also because there was a lot of a lot of uncertainty about Xbox and Microsoft after their latest shenanigans. We talked about this in length in one of our videos, I think, or even in the last podcast. I can't remember. The future of Xbox was kind of uncertain in a way, and Phil Spencer was looking like a sinking ship. But after that show, their prospects rised again, in a way. It's not like, all the people they laid off, the 1,600 people they laid off, and all the project cancellations, all that stuff. It's not water under the bridge. It's all still very, very, a very sore issue for all of us. But
no, but what were you worried about Xbox? It's not like they would have closed it.
People were talking very seriously about Xbox actually being, rebranding completely, not being Xbox anymore, which is a huge deal. Yeah,
like being Microsoft Gaming, just basically.
Yeah, that's exactly what they wanted to do, and I think this show kind of brought new wind to their sales in a way. Their market share got up again. People got interested again because it was a good showing. A lot of interesting games.
I'm not a console expert or anything.
It's not only consoles, it's a lot of PC games.
No,
as well.
but Xbox is a console.
Yes, but one of the things they've been doing in the last few years is integrating themselves in the PC community by releasing a lot of games that are released, used to be only Xbox exclusives, into PC through Game Pass. People can play their games very, very cheap. Try any game out for a very low amount of money, relatively. I think they raised the prices not long ago.
This is a nice story. My question is simple. They've been failing with the Xbox console war, right?
Yes, completely failing, yes. The latest generation of PlayStation completely destroyed Xbox. That's why people were talking in such a way about them. And also because, again, the layoffs, the way the Activision purchase, Blizzard Activision purchase was a huge investment for Microsoft, even though it's
and they bought Bethesda like a few years ago.
Yes, exactly. So they invested a lot of money in the gaming sphere, and they weren't making too much of it back, unless you consider the Game Pass, which is a huge success. But the Game Pass, they were also losing money on the Game Pass, because the Game Pass is a ridiculous deal. For a very long time, it was $5, and you get to play all the latest games. It's like renting a game, basically.
Yeah.
It's a hugely successful model. So much so that it actually can rival Steam and Valve. They're the only ones who can do it right now in the industry, in a way. Because it's different. You don't own the game, you rent the game. But you could say that technically you don't really own the games in Steam as well, in a way. So in today's everything digital way.
Isn't that the idea of Stadia?
Stadia? How did you get to Stadia?
Because they tried the same idea,
yeah,
of not owning the games, but just renting them and streaming them.
But that was supposed to be a console. Stadia was supposed to be a console, a handheld console.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Because that's because Google always overshoot. But
that's Google.
The idea.
Wait.
Stadia was Google.
Google, not Microsoft.
Yeah. Stadia was Google.
Yeah, that was such a huge failure.
Microsoft have Alexa or something, no?
Alexa? I don't know, bro.
It doesn't matter. Listen, the whole point is...
You mean Cortana?
Yeah, maybe that, whatever. Like I said, it's not... No, because they had like a whole thing of Skyrim work on one of these things, Alexa or Cortana or whatever.
Skyrim works on everything, bro. You have Skyrim for every...
Yeah, but you can play it by talking to the thing. You're like...
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Skyrim, you can it's the game that you can play in the most ways in the world, I think. But wasn't there a joke that you can play it on a smart fridge or something like that? That was like a sketch in YouTube, I'm pretty sure. And it's not far from the truth, man. It's crazy. You can play that game in every possible way you can think of. In every console known to human beings, including some scam consoles. You can play that game in that as well.
Well, isn't that a brilliant marketing move?
Hey, listen, no one is going to say Bethesda are not making smart marketing moves. They are. Like doing the discounts for all of the Fallout games when the show came out. Brilliant marketing move. Brilliant marketing move. It's such a shame. It's just a real bad shame that the company itself is incompetent and lazy as fuck when it comes to developing games.
Yeah, more on that on our video about it.
Oh yeah. So one of the biggest showstoppers, if you will, during many of those game exhibitions that happened lately, speaking of Bethesda, by the way, published by Bethesda, is id Software's Doom: The Dark Ages, the new Doom coming out. I think it's later this year or 2025, I'm not 100% sure. Probably will be delayed to 2025 no matter what, that's usually how it goes. Yeah, that game looks fucking awesome, man. Okay, it looks really good. Yeah, it's 2025, by the way. As you can see, Game Pass, Xbox Series, Steam, and PlayStation 5. So that's another thing I wanted to talk to you about. Xbox, another reason why people were talking about Xbox like they might be closing things up before this great show was because they were saying that they're going to bring their games to PlayStation, their rivals.
Yeah.
Something that was unheard of before this year.
No, but this shift was already evident. They also said they're going to put more focus into the games and less into the console.
Yeah.
So getting the games to as many platforms as possible is a good move.
It's a very consumer-friendly move, by the way.
Sure.
But it's also a very risky move business-wise because you're basically saying, it's like conceding. It's like saying in the great console wars, sir, Sony PlayStation, we concede, you won. You're so better than us, we're going to take our shit and bring it to your side. That's in the business world, in the ruthless, cold, clinical business world. I think that's how people will see it, as weakness. But in the consumer world, in the gaming world, this is a very good move.
Yeah, look at Nintendo, that you can only get their games on their console only. Some people just don't experience their games just because of that.
But Nintendo is one of the most successful gaming companies in the world and have been for many decades.
I'm not saying this is
that works for them. That model works for them. Even though I agree with you.
I'm saying they can get much more. Yeah. They're not dominating the market.
No. I mean, no one makes games like they do. Nintendo games are so uniquely Nintendo, you know what I mean?
Sure.
It's it's like almost like you have people who play only Nintendo games and don't play any other games.
Sure.
Like literally Nintendo gamers. That's like a whole sub-genre of gaming.
It's a niche.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to call it a niche because they make billions. I mean, those guys are Nintendo is an extremely successful company, bro.
Yes.
So it's hard to call them a niche, you know what I mean?
Because they also made a very good console. The Switch is a huge success. That's why they're super successful now.
That's also
they weren't this successful before the Switch.
I mean, again, when it comes to games, Nintendo has always been very successful.
Yes, then they have their fan base of these games.
Yeah.
But
also
don't forget Wii U were not successful consoles.
Yes, but don't forget also now they also finding more success in the film industry. With the Mario movie was very successful.
Yeah.
There was some other now there's some other movies based on their franchises being made. Do you know anymore? I think the Zelda one. I think Zelda is Nintendo as well. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure they're working on a Zelda movie as well. So you know they're really starting to even make themselves more, as you said, more. What's the word? Mainstream. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So maybe in the future you will see Nintendo in more like in Steam and stuff like that. Though the Japanese companies, they have their own style. They're very hard. Like they're very like, what's the word? Like they're very unflappable. They don't move away from their position.
What is anal?
Yeah, maybe anal is the best word for it. They have their way of doing things and they don't give a shit what the other industry trends are. You know what I mean? So this has been working out for them. Why not keep doing it?
Hey, if that's the price to pay for having companies run by people that actually take responsibility when they fail, cutting their own income, or for the sake of their workers.
They also Capcom increased the salary of all the workers, all their gaming division workers, because they had a very good year. Again, something you will never hear about in the Western companies.
Yeah.
Even when they're successful, it's ridiculous. They get a bonus. Which is a lot of times in the Western companies, what you see is they get bonus, which is, you know what is dictated by their fucking Metacritic score, which is crazy. Such a disgusting. I can't even. Oh my god, we can make a whole show only about how disgusting that method of bonusing your workers is. It's so disgusting.
All the AAA gas games that came out recently, they all failed in the Metacritic. 60, 50.
Except Helldivers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Helldivers Yeah.
Helldivers is high on the Metacritic.
Yeah, Helldivers but is the exception to the rule for sure.
Is that game still a thing?
Yeah, it's very successful to this day. Yeah, it doesn't maintain the same
After
numbers.
after the whole debacle.
Yeah, because they did fix it. I mean, it was fixed. The whole
Fixed. They buried it and said, we'll see you later. Next round.
Wow, they only said goodbye to 180 countries that now can play it. No big deal. It's no big
So
deal,
that's what I'm thinking. That's a huge hit.
It is a huge hit, but the game is still successful. Yeah, people who play it are very, very enjoying it. Listen, it's a great game. It's a great game. Can't deny it. It's a great game.
That's what.
And the people who are making it are extremely, you can tell, extremely passionate developers who are gamers as well. You can tell it in everything that's yeah. And it's a good live service game, which is something you won't hear me say frequently at all, or even it's very rare that I say that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Doom looks really, really good. We barely even talked about Doom itself, but I know you didn't play the last Doom, Doom Eternal, right?
No, but
you
I did play Doom.
You did play Doom 2016.
Yes.
Which was
and the old ones, of course.
Yes. So I love Doom 2016. I think it was a masterpiece of the game.
It was an amazing game.
Yeah. Eternal wasn't as good, and a lot of people.
So I've heard.
Yeah, it's too calculated. It's too like a chess game. You do not want to play a calculated chess game when you're fucking mass murdering a bunch of demons.
Yeah, correct me. There was a thing with the weapons where you needed specific weapons to hit specific enemies.
Yes, exactly. And there are very, very varied amount of enemies that require specific tactics against. And you can't play in a more passive way, or you can't play in an extremely aggressive way. You have to play exactly as they want you to play the game, which in one way is very nice when it works, because the game flows like a beautiful symphony of violence. You know, it's amazing when it works. But a lot of times, especially if you take a break and you're a busy guy, a dad that comes back from home after a long day,
comes back from his home to his gaming den.
I mean, come on, if you work from your home like me, or if you come back from the office and you know, hang out with the wife, hang out with the kids, do all your duties, and then you want to just chill out, and this game will punish you for not remembering all the things you need to remember each fight. And that's not the reason I ever played Doom.
Dark Souls enjoys when the game punishes him.
No, I mean, it's not like a Souls-like. It's not that punishing, but it has a very methodical way to it, which the other Dooms never had. The other Dooms had more chaotic, like brutal, visceral violence. This one as well. Eternal as well. Don't get me wrong. It's a brutal game, but it feels too. What's the word, man?
It's not impulsive.
It's
the original Doom is impulsive.
It's just the fact that you don't feel like this. You don't feel like this extremely badass marine that destroys all the demons with ease when you don't do the you don't use the correct ammo against that demon, and you die because of that. Because of one demon.
If you need to plan your steps correctly, then you are not impulsive. The whole point of this game is impulsive. You want to rip that demon to shred with your saw right now, or you want to go to the shotgun, or you want to get the minigun, or things change and you jump around from place to place and things explode, and this is impulsive.
Yeah.
If you have to plan, if you have to think, okay, I can't jump there because that one needs that ammo and that one needs this weapon, and then
it's exactly. It's that, and also the fact that ammo was a lot. If I remember correctly, there was an issue with ammo in Eternal. If you didn't you need to conserve your ammo for the right enemy, and when you kill the enemy, you get ammo, right? And you need the right ammo for the right enemy. So what happens if you don't have the right ammo for the right enemy? You need to find which is part of the fun of the game. It's part of the challenge. But again, the game I enjoyed it, but it felt too much like, I don't know. It didn't give me what the 2016 version gave me, which is just visceral, chaotic violence, baby. You know what I mean?
As far as I understood, because like I said, I haven't played Doom Eternal, but the community at large was contesting these exact points. They were complaining about the things we just discussed. And as I understood, id Software said that the new game, the new Doom, will not have the specific ammo and weaponry that you need to hit some enemies.
Yeah, they learned from their mistakes.
They're rolling that back, and that it will be much more loyal to the 2016 one and the old ones.
The old ones. They specifically mentioned the old ones, which I like that.
Yes.
I like that.
The old ones were amazing. Doom 2 is one of the best games.
By the way, ammo management is always was always a part of Doom, of all the Doom games. It should be a major part of the game, but I didn't like the way they did it in Eternal.
Look, and some weapons are more effective than other weapons on some enemies.
Of course.
This is fine, but it doesn't railroad you to that weapon. Even if you don't have the most efficient weapon for this weapon enemy, other weapons will work.
Yeah. I will add one more thing, which is a negative in my book, even though I talked to Dr. Gruppe about this as well. Check out our last episode, by the way, guys, with our guest, Dr. Gruppe.
And remember, there's timestamps below. You can skip and go to wherever you want easily.
Yeah, skip to whatever part you want, to whatever subject interests you. You don't have to listen to us babble about every little thing here. And leave us a like and share and all that good shit. And comment below if you want as well. The last thing I want to say about the Doom Dark Ages, which I don't like, is the fact that they didn't bring back Mick Gordon, the composer that made the music for the last few games. And
there was a scandal with that.
Yeah, there was. And I love his music. I think his music is a big highlight.
Spot on.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure they'll find someone who's good enough. Just from the trailer, you can see. I can't let you hear the music because it will get copyright strike by that shit.
I'd like to see the day when Hans Zimmer makes a...
Hans Zimmer made music for games, for sure.
Really?
He made for one of the Call of Duties, he made the music. Yeah, 100%. It wasn't anything...
It had to be a Call of Duty game.
Yeah, because they offer him the most money. Made him the most money, you know. Come on, it's not beneath him to go for anything else.
The guy is filthy rich.
Of course, but hey,
so he can choose his projects.
He deserves all the money he has.
Sure, he's an amazingly talented composer. Yeah. Come on, wow.
Probably the best composer working today.
Sure. Anything he made for any movie, I love.
Yeah, some of it is these days. Some of it is phoned in, but hey, man, he earned that right? It is what it is. Anyways, let's move on from Doom. I'm sure the music will be fine. There's enough talented composers, but hey, I'm kind of bummed about Mick Gordon, but hey, it is what it is. Let's talk about... Oh, by the way, before we go to that, just a few minutes. Anything new about Baldur's Gate 3 since last we talked, since the last podcast a month ago?
Well, I said I'm just finishing Act 2, so I started Act 3. I'm just playing the game. It's great. It's great. It's got my romance is advancing so slowly. It's starting to frustrate. I feel like I'm being led off. She's like, put out, woman!
I don't understand this. This is something that I don't understand. I played only Act 1 and didn't even finish it, and I already got laid by like 2 people.
Sure, because you went for a different, kind of romance or character. I don't know.
So you're slow burning the romance?
It's not up to me.
What do you mean? It's the choices you make. What do you mean? It's literally up to you.
No, they didn't give you, they need to give you a cutscene. They had one night together where they don't...
Are you telling me that one of the most horniest games that came out in the last decade, and make no mistake, it is one of the horniest games.
Yes, my main character still has not bedded the character she is in a relationship with.
Oh my god, bro. The RIZZ game, you're not, bro.
Those two are the slowest lesbians on the planet.
Nah, bro, your RIZZ game is need works, bro. You need to work on the RIZZ game, bro. You've been married for too long, you know what I mean? You need to work that shit, bro. Because that's unacceptable.
It's not my fault!
Bro, I didn't do anything, okay? I went to sleep.
Look, I had offers from other characters.
No, you didn't. No, you will listen to me now. I went to sleep after one adventure. The only words between me and this character, I won't say because I don't want to spoil anything. Let's just say she has a fiery temperament.
I know who she is.
One character, the only interaction was, hello, hey, how are you? Okay, good. We killed some skeletons together. I went to sleep. Bitch came to me that same night, hot and ready, bro.
Yes,
that's RIZZ right there.
But that's not the bitch I'm in a relationship with. I haven't bedded a girl I'm in a relationship with, though. I'm gonna have an orgy with her now.
Wait, what? You're gonna?
It's hard without spoiling,
Oh, okay. So, okay. Wait.
Basically, we get offered into like a 4-way orgy. Okay.
You see what I mean?
But listen to the thing. The thing is, it's like the game ignores your partner completely. It's like they tell you, yeah, let's get into bed. We see you are with this person. They can join too. But then there's no point in you asking, hey, are you interested? You know, like asking her if she's into it. No, there's no option. You can either say yes or no. And you have to decide for her. And it's like stupid. It's like, why can't I ask her if she wants to?
Okay. All right. So.
But then some friends spoiled and said it's okay. You can say yes, and she doesn't mind. She's into it. So it's just like, oh, okay.
All right. Yeah.
So I might go back and.
So wait. So.
Say yes.
You haven't gotten laid yet, but you're almost going to.
We're like in a relationship. We're lovey-dovey.
Open relationship, bro?
We never defined it.
Oh my god, bro, complicated on Facebook status? It's complicated, bro, relationship?
What do I know of Facebook statuses?
It's a meme, never mind, whatever. Okay, so you haven't got laid, but you're almost about to have a threesome or a foursome.
Yeah, probably.
Stay tuned for next month, guys. We'll keep you posted on Wolf's sex life in Baldur's Gate 3, I assure you.
Bro, this is the 4th episode? 5th.
5th, yeah.
We're talking about this game.
I know. I just want to know what's going on.
It's so old news. Like, no one cares about this game anymore.
That's why timestamps are there, bro. You can skip this whole moment. Only the like.
I haven't even finished a single playthrough. I have so little time.
This is what makes it so funny. That this is a recurring segment. It wasn't planned.
Of months.
Yes, and it will continue happening until you finish the game.
Oh, this is sad. I'm sad.
It makes me laugh. All right, bro. Let's move on. Okay, this if you really want to laugh, I read this in like 4 in the morning, and you can hear like I'm pretty sure my neighbors could hear me dying laughing when I read this shit, bro. Let me just read you the headline. Embracer rolls out new AI policy to massively enhance game development.
Don't they mean massively take a shit on the gaming development?
I mean, they're already doing a great job by themselves. They don't need the AI to assist them taking a massive piece of shit on the gaming industry.
They're Swedes, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Swede based. Yeah.
Isn't that country ashamed of these people?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's I'm kind of shocked at what's going on. Did we mention the fact that they split up to 3 different companies?
Well, not in this recording.
I don't think we talked about it in any recording, to be honest, yet. But can you?
Yeah. They basically decided to rework how the company works and split it into 3 different companies.
This is after the massive layoffs, like 1,600 workers and 88 cancelled
projects.
Doing
this thing basically. They decided the restructuring, so they fired like everyone and split into 3 companies where they split the IPs between them. One company got like board games and all kinds of things, including Catan, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. And some companies for the feature films or whatever. 3 different companies by title, and basically they took all the debts, all financial issues they had from the big company and dumped it only into one of those 3. So that one is basically has been prepared for burial.
Oh my
and
God.
That's the company that has all the board game IPs, by the way. If I'm correct about the Catan thing, just for example, that
what
means
is the Catan thing? I don't understand.
There's a board game called Catan.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is a sensation.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's owned by them. And
is it? Really? Okay, I'll check. Keep talking.
And if I might be talking out of my ass here, but if it's owned by them and that company really closes off because of all the debts, then the game will cease to exist.
Catan, yeah, there they are. Is it these guys?
That's Embracer Group, THQ Nordic. Anyway, so yeah, they split into 3 companies. One of them got all the bad shit.
There you go.
And I was right.
You're right. You were correct.
You see, it already tells you Asmodee. That's one of the 3.
Yeah.
The one of the group that has all the board games is called Asmodee.
So that group
and that one has all the debts.
So that group is going to be shuttered as well, you think?
It's probably going to go bankrupt, yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. Whoa. Embracer...
Unless I'm completely mistaken.
Embracer is, or how a lot of people, like including me, like to call them Eraser Group. They are a literal plague on the gaming community. What they did in the last 4 years is nothing short of a travesty.
Yeah.
Taking successful companies
and IPs,
making nothing from them,
yeah,
and then closing them and firing everyone.
Yeah.
Not even selling them. Most of them not selling. They sold. The only one they sold is Gearbox, the guys who made Borderlands.
Yeah.
They were sold to Take-Two, another evil corporate.
Yeah.
That's going to be. Yeah. No, don't get me.
Poor Gearbox.
Yeah. Poor Gearbox, exactly. Yeah, Embracer Group has been just a plague on the gaming community, and everything they touched has turned into shit. They're like the anti-Midas touch of gaming, you know? Instead of everything they touch turning into gold, everything they touch it literally turns into shit. And it's
they're like the Golgotha.
Yeah, it's not funny to me. It breaks my heart. I'll be honest. It's very, very sad. A lot of great IPs got closed. A lot of talented people got fired.
Look, it was inevitable. Once the gaming industry became a successful industry, once all the capitalist analysts started giving it projections of huge, unbelievable growth.
The COVID did that. A lot of
even before that.
The COVID accelerated it by 10 years.
Exactly. That just was an accelerant.
Yeah.
So all the corpo light bulbs got turned on, and the greedy eyes started turning on this industry.
Yeah.
And then companies like Eraser Group do the whole capitalist corporate way of running things on turbo and killing everything in the process.
A lot of people...
They're like the plague guy in the Four Horsemen. He walks and everything dies behind him.
Yeah, it's really like that. It's really like that. They really are like a plague.
Pestilence.
It's the third time I'm saying it because it's very, very... It's just very... true. They are a literal plague on the game community that needs to die out, needs to be burned.
And now they take, of course, a controversial thing like AI.
Thank you for taking us back to the subject.
And saying, sure, let's shove that in, because who cares about artwork and rights and people...
They're calling it a very human-centric way of including AI into the workspace. They're saying that the AI is not there to replace the people, it's there to assist them doing their job.
Skynet used to talk like that. I'm here to help you.
I just don't understand. They're going to, from what I read in the article, they're going to replace they're going to use it in HR department. They're going to use it in in departments that have nothing to do with gaming at all, right? It's more like the administrative parts of the offices.
Wow, what was that in that Star Wars series? One of the either the Boba Fett or the other one with the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian, Mandalorian. You watch that?
Yeah.
So they had that the ex-Empire guy that was trying to be assimilated back into the Republic. So he had to meet like the robot to tell him how he's progressing, and he would try to talk to it. You know, it was like, I need help with this. It was like, are you on? It would just get like a generic AI responses that it didn't care about him at all.
Yes.
And it's the same thing like now. They would have workers who would go the HR department, and it would be an AI robot, and it was like, I'm having trouble with work. Are you having problem, reaching your goals or something? No. My family is falling apart. My wife. Are you having problem reaching your goals?
The thing is, AI right now is a marketing buzzword in every aspect of life. All right, it's not just in the gaming industry. Let's be real. It's in everything. I see it now in fucking people talking about it in TV, like new TVs. Have your screen be AI enhanced. Your picture is AI enhanced. Everything has AI in it today, and even if it has nothing to do with AI, with actual AI, it's just a marketing buzzword that people use. And make no mistake, this time this whole AI remarketing thing that they're doing right now is more for the fucking shareholders and less for anything that is practical and has to do anything with game development. These motherfuckers canceled 80 projects and laid off 1,500 people in the past year, only in the past year. Do you think the AI is going to help them manage this company any better? No, bro. It's not going to do anything other than make the shareholders a bit happier. That's it.
Sure, because they see AI in the quarterly.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. It's literally buzzwords, which mean they're hollow buzzwords, which mean nothing. And all it really means that this company is going to keep working in the same way because nobody got there punished for all those layoffs and all those projects being canceled and none of those IPs being used at all.
No.
None of those CEOs who made those decisions got punished. No. If anything, they got, guess what?
Golden parachutes.
Bonuses. Not even golden parachutes. They didn't get fired. They're still doing the same job they did before they fired all those people.
Plus bonuses.
Yes!
Sure, because they laid off 1,500 people, so they saved a lot of money.
That's exactly it. It's how much money you save. As long as the green arrow keeps going up,
Perpetual growth.
as long as you have perpetual growth, it doesn't matter who you fire, what project you cancel. It doesn't. If you keep the perpetual growth, you get a nice bonus. You can buy your new yacht in the end of the year.
I wonder what Thanos would say about this perpetual growth.
What about increasing the salaries of your workers that are giving you perpetual growth? Is that part of the plan? No. Why not? That hurts my bottom line. The fuck are you talking about?
If you increase their salaries, it means the green arrow is a bit less up.
Listen,
Which is just like a dick.
Listen, bro, the economy is shit. Where would they go? They have nowhere to go. They're gonna stay here with these salaries and these conditions, and they're gonna do.
We can even lower the salaries a bit and make more money.
What we can do is we can make them come in to the office in Sundays and Saturdays.
Yeah, just work more for the same amount.
Give us some crunch for the same money. We're not giving you more money for that. Fuck that. Even if it's a holiday, fuck that shit. What are you gonna do? You're gonna quit? Sure, quit. In this economy, go quit. Go, you and your family, go relocate somewhere else. Go find a new job. Good luck. See ya.
See ya.
We'll just hire a new intern for half of your salary.
Intern, we'll hire a small AI.
Yeah, we'll just bring in an AI to do the job for you. I'm sure it won't hurt the quality of our product at all. And even if it does, who gives a shit? I'm still getting the bonus in the end of this year, bitch.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Anything else you want to say about this before we move on to the last subject of the day? Or maybe even another subject before that?
Listen, Bob. Listen. I'm going to go off topic here. We're going off the list. Going off the list. Did you see the trailer for that Eddie Murphy is making a new Beverly Hills Cop?
Yeah.
Did you like the first three?
I like the first two. The third one, it was okay.
Okay, yes, I'll give you the third one was okay, but
the first two are classics, yes.
Amazing classics. They were very, very funny movies.
Yeah, but I don't expect this one will be any good. Or at least not as good as the classics, yeah. It won't be...
As good as the classics would not be fair to compare, but he kept the same crew. You got Achwell coming and all the... And
I mean, they're all extremely old now, you know?
But this is what makes it even funnier.
To me, it looks like an easy cash
It's a cash grab, sure.
I mean, maybe it will be good. The trailer wasn't bad. Okay, if it would have been bad, I would be the first to tell you.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad. I was surprised. It was decent. Action looks good. The comedy didn't work for me. I didn't laugh once, so that's a big issue. The first two movies are very funny.
Okay, I did laugh.
I didn't, but that doesn't mean the movie isn't funny. It just means the trailer wasn't funny. Maybe there'll be a new trailer.
Maybe you were in a bad mood.
I don't think it had anything to do with that. I have a very critical eye when it comes to trailers, and most of them feel the same. In movies, I can tell if they're any good just from a few shots these days. Most of them, not always, but most of them I get right. Like I made a huge mistake with Furiosa, the new Mad Max movie. Great movie. The trailer, I really didn't like it. It really made me completely indifferent about it. And I loved Fury Road from Mad Max from 2012.
It's an amazing movie. And the Mad Max game wasn't bad.
I'd say it's one of the better open world games based on franchises ever made. That game is criminally underrated, in my opinion, and should have a remastered version of it. I'd play the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
100%. I don't know, there's so many people who talk shit about it, including George Miller, the actual director who made the movies.
Yeah.
He was talking shit about the game because
they gave the development issues because the game was produced in parallel to the movie.
Yeah.
And because they didn't want any spoilers about the movie coming out even by mistake, they didn't share with the development team of the game like any models about the cars, how
across
characters show, and so
the guys who made that game, they did a great job with what they had, and I actually think they should have gotten a lot more praise for that game.
The game is good.
It's a great game. It's not good. It's great. It's great.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's got good characters. It's got good flow.
The customization of the vehicle.
The car porn is nice. Yeah.
It's great. Great. And the action was great. The melee, you had you have weapons, you had melee, you had car action, you had everything.
And the good balance of all of this.
Yes, that game should get a remaster.
The repetitive part of it was not too much. It was just tiny a bit here and there.
Bro, compared to today's open world games,
Of course,
that game
it's
is very conserved.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah.
It didn't piss me off.
No,
'Cause,
yeah.
Look at Horizon Zero Dawn, which is also a good game, but the repetitiveness broke me in the end.
Well, the sequel has the same issue, but the sequel, like I think we talked about it in one
Yeah.
of our previous podcasts. I won't get into it, but they did a very good job of letting you model your gaming experience precisely how you want it. You didn't have to do all those side activities. You can just straight up go and do the missions, and it won't affect you in any shape or way or form. And you didn't have to grind as much for customization. Still an extremely grindy game. Still one of those games that when you open the map of the open world, you get overwhelmed by all the icons, a feeling that I hate in those games. Especially as you grow older.
A feeling you did not get in Mad Max.
No, you didn't get that at all. It was a different breed of a game. It was an old school game in a way, and the fact that it didn't get the success that it deserved and never got a sequel is, in my opinion, sad.
Who published it?
I can't remember. We'll check later.
Probably Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Who published the movie?
Warner Brothers, man.
Yeah.
They make good movies. You can't argue with that.
No, and they made the game. This is actually a good game that they
they
published.
also make the game.
If they publish the movie, they publish the game.
Again, Warner has good developers. They made a lot of good games. They made that's the tragic part. That's the tragic part, man. That they went this way. Anyways, yeah, Furiosa. It's a good game. It's a good movie, sorry, but a very good movie. I highly recommend it, especially if you love the Mad Max Fury Road. But I will say the trailer for it really didn't do it any justice at all. It looked too CGI heavy, and the fact that you didn't have Mad Max in a Mad Max movie didn't help it in the box office. You know what I mean? And you didn't have Charlize Theron.
It's a young version of her.
Yeah, but you didn't have the actress Charlize Theron in the movie, which is a big name.
Why would you have it if it's the young version?
I'm saying the reason why it didn't have as much of a success in as the first one. Not that the first one had such huge success. They're both kind of niche movies, the Mad Max movies. They're not like widely successful or like as what's the word, mainstream as you would think they are. They're not. They've never been. They're quite niche. But what they do very, very well. Anyways, moving on. We're just going to talk about the new game announced from Valve. Did they officially announce it, or is it all just rumors?
I think they haven't officially.
They haven't officially, but that's Valve. That's how they work.
But everyone knows they're working on a new game with a code name.
Yeah, they bought a new domain with the name DEADLOCK, and there's actual gameplay leaks of the game itself. It looks very legit. It's almost certainly going to happen. There's almost no chance.
It's going to be a League of Legends style, right?
No, it's going to be a fusion of many genres together. It's going to be, if it was only one genre, I probably wouldn't be interested at all. But because it's a fusion of a few genres, I could maybe check it out. It'd probably be free to play.
Wasn't the idea of Overwatch a fusion between genres?
It's going to be, no, Overwatch is a hero shooter. That's all it is.
And there were other hero shooters before it?
Yeah. Team Fortress, I'd say. Team Fortress 2 is the original, or Team Fortress 1 even, is the OG hero shooters, 100%.
They have ultimates?
I don't think so. The ultimates came literally from the MOBA games.
I see.
Yeah. So basically, Valve's new game DEADLOCK, for now, they could change the name in the future. Maybe call it VLOCK. VLOCK.
VLOCK. That's a stab at
Dragon Age, yeah. Listen, I don't like hero shooters. I didn't like Overwatch. I never connected with it. I don't like any hero shooters. I usually just don't connect with those kind of games. I'm a much more, give me the tactical shooter like Counter-Strike or something like that. The more realistic shooters where you don't have like a fucking character with abilities and ultimate. Fuck that shit. I hate it. I know that a lot of people love it. If it was the only thing this game does, call me disinterested. I don't give a shit. Even if it's Valve. But the fact that they're also adding elements of Dota into it, specifically Dota, I'm saying Dota because that's the game they made, Dota 2, right? And it's the designer, from what I understand, they took the guy who made Dota 2, and he's one of the head honchos over there in the game design of DEADLOCK. That's also interesting because that guy is a brilliant guy. And Dota 2, even though I don't play it anymore, our Polish friend Nate can attest to this, and I put more than 1,000 hours in that fucking game back in the day. I think I can say that it's a very, very, very good game. Extremely hard to get into, but very, very addicting, very good game. So you have good people working on this new game. And it's a fusion of genres, like we said. We said FPS, a looter shooter, not looter shooter, sorry, a hero shooter, and a MOBA. And there's another genre in there, which I'm not even sure what to call it, but there is another element of maybe a little bit of RTS elements into it. I don't know. I'm not sure. This is only rumors so far. Could be.
How can you be a shooter, like a hero shooter, and RTS element?
I'm saying none of this is confirmed yet. I don't know 100%. From what I've seen from the gameplay, I didn't see anything that has to do with RTS elements.
Yeah, it sounds weird.
Yeah, but there is a few fusion of genres in it. Yes.
It's amazing how Valve always as a company, it's like there's rumors and maybe leaks and everyone is talking about it and they just don't like give a flying fuck. It's like no comments, no reactions, like whatever. We don't care what you think.
Yeah, Valve is in general is a company that works in very unorthodox ways.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't really have a, if you would call it, they don't have executives, if you will, like in the same... At least not in the same sense that we know from the corporate world.
Yeah, they don't have the corporate.
First of all, they're privately owned.
Exactly.
Privately owned. They don't have shareholders to bow to,
yeah.
Which is a huge difference. But it's not only that. Something about the way they... Anyone who worked in Valve said that it's the most different place they've ever worked for ever. Some people love it. Some people that do not connect with it at all. But it's very... From what I understand, from what I heard, it's a very like very creative place and very. They almost let you do whatever you want. No one there is gonna come to you and tell you, "I need you to do this and this and this by tomorrow." It's more like, listen, right now we're running a few ideas, and what do you think about this? Do you think you can add anything to this, or maybe do you have something else that you want to work on?
Look, they're making lots of money, so this sounds like a great way of doing things.
Maybe, but then again, when it comes to developing games, they don't do it almost at all these days, right? They mostly make their money from Steam, obviously, and stuff like that, and from the Steam Deck, and like stuff that, you know, every now and then they make a game. Every now and then they remind us that they are also extremely talented game developers.
Look, they're maintaining the Unreal Engine, right?
No, that's not them. You're talking about no, that's Epic. Epic Games have the Unreal Engine. Tim Sweeney.
Valve doesn't have an engine?
No, of course they do. The Source Engine.
Okay.
Yeah, the Source Engine.
Okay, so they're holding that one.
Yeah, of course. That's also a relatively
Dota
popular.
is Source?
Yes, Source 2. Yeah, also CS, the new CS2, also Source.
Yes, I know it's Source.
Yeah. All their games are Source, from my understanding. All of their games are Source made. Yeah. So and this one will probably
too?
Yeah. This one will probably be Source as well, but maybe not. You know, who knows? Maybe they'll go Unreal 5 with this one. Who knows? Because Source is a bit limited, right? But then again, they keep developing it, and it's not like they're missing money or talented people, so they could just release Source 3 or 4 or 5. Who gives a shit? They'll just listen. Valve, like almost like Nintendo, they're their own entity. They do whatever they want, and nobody fucks with them. And if they're not perfect, they make mistakes. They make a lot of mistakes, but they are. I know you hate when I say this, but they are the lesser evil for sure. Anyways, Deadlock.
Greater, lesser, middling. It makes no difference.
Yeah. Anyways, Deadlock looks good, but we don't know enough about it to talk about it in with confidence. Many of the things can change. Many of the information about it could be just wrong. Because like you said, Valve isn't saying or confirming or denying anything.
Let's put it this way. Has Valve ever created a game that was not a massive success?
Yes. The card game. Didn't they try and make a card game? Yeah, they made some game that failed completely. I just forgot. It's Artifact. There it is, Artifact. You remember Artifact?
No, I never tried it.
Valve, I never tried it either, but I'm just saying it's a game. It's a digital card game.
So one failure out of what, 4 Counter-Strikes, Dota 2.
Well, technically
Half-Life.
Yeah. Half-Life Alyx was successful.
They have a track record of making good games.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
100%. They're a very highly respected developer.
Exactly. So if they're working on something new,
Portal 1, Portal 2.
Exactly. Also great games.
Yeah.
So people, if they're working on something new, people are hyped and waiting for it, and of course it's going to be a good one.
Yes, I'm waiting for the Deadlock on more from curiosity than anything.
Sure.
I hope it won't be like another one of those games that it looks like it's trying to be a Fortnite. And
look, my problem with Valve is that they don't give a shit about the shady parts of all their games, like the gambling culture around CS, which they do nothing about, and they don't seem to really want to solve the cheating problem in their games. So, you know, they're not perfect. They have the skeletons in their closet, which is something to consider.
They do, but in the end of the day, they could still make very good games. They could still, you know, games that we'll find ourselves playing, because in the end of the day, we play still to this day CS2 every now and then. So we still play Valve games to this day, even though they're like, they haven't really made that many games, new games, or new IPs at least. This one is a new IP, which is a huge deal. It's a big deal. People are really excited about this, even though they don't exactly know what it's going to be. From the gameplay leaks I've seen, it looks okay. Doesn't look amazing, looks okay, but it's such early days.
Yeah, sure.
It's not even fair to judge it by gameplay that was leaked and wasn't even
Vision can change 3 more times with a game like that.
So we'll be patient, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and we'll see how it goes. I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, sure.
Anything else you want to add before we do?
Yeah, you know, give us your opinions if you got something to add about anything we said. We didn't cover very hot subjects. But you know, if you got an interesting 2 cents to add, we'd love to hear it. So like, subscribe if you want, hit the bell icon, whatever works for you. Just be a friend, you know.
Yeah, we're also on Spotify, by the way, guys. All right, see you guys later. This is Inconsistency.
I'm Werewolf.
Midlife, no, not midlife, bro. Midgame life crisis. Episode 5. We are out.